back to the 14-foot Smokercraft build. We've been calling it the Krylon Killer. If you are wondering why it's called that, go watch the first episode. I'll overlay a few clips here, but when we picked this thing up, it was ugly. And we just got done doing the paint job on it, so you can see how that turned out. It's got some dirt on it because I actually used it this weekend, trailing it, but it came out pretty sick. So if you guys want to see how we did this paint job, go watch the last video, which is part 2. I will have it in the end card so you can find that, and there's a complete playlist right up here that you can click on to see all the videos related to this boat. I repainted the motor too. That came out really nice, looks brand new. And now it's time to start working on the deck in this thing. I want to make a completely flat floor from this bench to this bench, and then we're going to put a casting deck up in here. That doesn't leave a ton of room for storage, obviously. It would have been probably more ideal for me to build some sort of like side bench type thing or compartment with hatches that would give us some storage and add rigidity, but I did add these little things on here, figuring I could tie, because I removed the center bench, figuring I could tie these in somehow to keep it from flexing. But honestly, I drove this thing around all weekend up on the lake up north, and there was no problem whatsoever the way it was. So I think we'll just somehow tie these to the subfloor, call it good. This is going to be like an open layout type of boat, bare bones sort of, I guess. We're going to have a bunch of storage up underneath here. I do have a hatch to put here. Other than that, that's it. We're going to get some type of box to go here to put stuff in, but really, we just want more room for activities. So we're going to have a nice dance floor for us here. So you have to angle all these pieces. There's a bunch of videos like Tiny Boat Nation and some other ones like the Trick Tins. Trick Tins does a more legit job, obviously welding and really framing stuff up, but they have a lot of tutorials on how to do this, so I'm not going to really say like this is how to do it. I'm just going to do it the way that makes sense to me, and it will probably work. And if it doesn't, we'll fix it. I will tell you this, I am using sections of 1.5 inch aluminum angle, and it's 1/16 inch thickness. So what I'm going to do is start with a long rib in the back, a long rib in the front, and then tie them together with some longer pieces and then put smaller pieces in between. We'll figure out what we're going to do after that. We're just going to wing it for now. See how it goes. And add shorter pieces of ribbing on each one of these. I don't know, it was easier to do it this way because I can get shorter pieces of aluminum. It's really hard for me to find longer pieces of this aluminum around me. It's easier to find like 4-foot pieces versus like 8-foot or 6-foot pieces, so. Alright, so we gotta get this bow plate put on. I know it might be a little bit confusing because you probably just saw the boat completely camoed, but I'm filming this ahead of time before we even do the camo pattern on here. So first thing I decided to do is I'm gonna take this little nose piece off here, and what we're gonna be using for that is a road sign. Yeah, about as good as I can do with a angle grinder. Alright, so that worked pretty good. You can see how I cut that out. There's a hole here from the sign. It's not gonna matter. I don't think I'm gonna end up putting foam over that. A couple people left comments last time about some of the rivets and stuff I've been using. I'm linking all of this stuff in the description below, but right now to fasten this to the gunnel and for my support pieces, I'm gonna be using these countersunk rivets. And basically, if you do it right, you drill the hole for your rivet, and then you can use one of these chamfer tools to kind of grind it out just a little bit, and then this head will sort of sit flush, or a lot more flush than like a regular round-headed pop rivet would. So if you want to put carpet or C-deck material stuff over this, it's a nice smooth surface. So that's what I'm using here. All right, so that's all on. We got to put a support piece underneath here. Maybe one in here, I don't know. That stuff, it's not like super thick aluminum, but we're gonna have to put something underneath the front, obviously, because that's a little, it's not super strong, but I'm gonna cut a piece to go underneath here. You can see how those countersink rivets sit. They're flush. The old boat that I had, the guy gave me this. It's an old, it looks like a track from maybe a screen door or something. So maybe we can use that on this side. We'll cut an angle on one side and stuff it up in there and rivet it right to that. There she is. Actually pretty solid just with that one piece in there. That actually, I just realized, I think it's from a shower door. Nice piece of aluminum. And I might put one more right here, but it's pretty solid as it is. I don't know if that's gonna even go anywhere. This is the hatch that I got. It's just a small one, big enough to fit a battery through. I know it's plastic. I would have rather had an aluminum, metal hatch, but I bought this on Amazon. It was cheap enough, like 35 bucks, and we'll try it out. When I posted the first video, the guy that runs the Trick Tins YouTube channel left me a comment saying to hit him up and he'd give me a deal on some hatches, but I'd already bought this, so next time I'm probably gonna take him up on that and we'll get some nice premium hatches. Go check those out because he probably makes the best hatches in the game right now. All aluminum, really nice hatches. But we got that all framed up, and I got all the support pieces in all around. I still need to build something here. I need to buy another piece of aluminum to fit that floor up against that bench. We gotta make a drop down piece. This, I think I do probably need to put a couple braces going this way for that hatch to kind of sit on. But I think what I'm going to do first is make the plywood deck, cut that out, and see how it fits. Also, think I messed up this a little bit. I wanted this deck to kind of pitch upward a little bit because this is such a light boat and small boat. When you're standing on the front, it'll kind of level out, as you're standing there with your weight up there. I didn't really do it all that. I have more of a bow to it, so there's, like, if I lay something flat across here, or maybe it's this seat that's pitched weird. There's quite a gap between this and the plywood that's going to be there, so I'll have to probably shim that a little bit with something, but whatever, no big deal. We got some plywood over here. I went and bought 1/2-inch plywood, so that's what we're going to use, and let's go make a template. as you guys saw, my template for this didn't quite fit on a full sheet of plywood, but we got a gap up here. I'm wondering if I just leave that. I gotta run my electrical up through here. I figured a little gap anyways. It's quite a gap, but maybe we just put a piece of aluminum over it. Ouch, 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 ouch. Just like that. It's really not ideal to have this big of a hatch, you know, right where you're gonna stand, but it is what it is. I could have got a nice recessed hatch, but I didn't. So I also added these tabs on this middle sort of stringer here. This is where I'm gonna have a seam in my material because the width of this boat is too wide to fit one full sheet of material in here. So I also added a center piece to go across to give that some support where that joint is going to be, and then I can screw into all these tabs. For one piece will sit more on this brace, and the other piece I can screw into that tab a little bit better. We just gotta finish these up, seal them up a little bit, put our floor covering on there, and we got floors. You guys are probably gonna be mad, but I think that's where I'm gonna stop the video here. We'll have one more video after this, and that will be wrapping up everything, finishing the floors, wiring, trolling motor stuff, and just all the little finishing touches. There's not a lot left to do with the boat, so I figured I'd make one more video. This video is probably long enough. So we did the framing and cutting out the plywood. I think it's gonna work all right. Let me know what you guys think. Should I put foam under this or not? I really don't want to. Whatever, I'm not doing pour foam, I'm just not gonna do it. So if I do anything, it would be like put pink foam sheets underneath that. And really the only reason I would do that, not because I'm worried about sinking the boat, but because it would give the floor some extra rigidity maybe. Although it's pretty good the way it is. If you guys like the boat build videos, make sure you comment down below because we can do more of these. It's kind of something different. I've wanted to do this for a while on the channel. Still got some stuff to do. Before I put these floors all the way down, I want to do the wiring underneath to the nav lights and some other stuff that we're doing I haven't talked about. There's our little control box there. So that's why I'm kind of making one more video to kind of wrap everything up, and we'll be completely done in the last video. All right, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you guys in the next boat build video. And we hooked up as I'm reeling in the lead core rod. Got him.